Okay, thank you very much. Oh, you too.
Oh my God.
That's who we love and that's who we serve, ladies and gentlemen.
But I want to say one thing to the American people. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to say this again. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody.
Oh my God.
You're on InnervisionFM.com.
It's running out. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather, Soul James Brown saying, stay with it and hit it. Okay, thank you, baby.
Oh man, what a day! What a day! And man, it's been crazy. I've been working on a new marketing thing to for membership levels, and as you know,
Oh,
inflation,
absolutely.
membership levels are going up. Well, inflation is making things cost more. And last year we had a fantastic year because we just did it on grants and things of that sort. But I really want to get the people involved, so I decided, well, I wanted to put myself out there marketing, doing either podcasting, recording podcasts for other, because I had a minister call me up and he wanted to do a podcast. And,
Right.
I just thought about like, what would I charge somebody? What is the charge in the market to do and how much is my time worth? And and then with my artists, Dreamland, I had to edit some of the music, with
Sure.
audio, and I know how to do that kind of stuff. So I said,
Uh-huh.
and I do it for them, and of course, I get paid royalties from them for doing that. But I said, if I could do it for them, I could do it for others, and just some other things. So that's going to be posted on our website pretty soon, and we're going to hook that up with our Google Ad grants because we've been getting a lot of what are I going to say? A lot of people coming from that AdWords, and a few from the Facebook, but a lot from the AdWords. And so we're just trying to get our nonprofit supported more. We have about 364, 65 subscribers, and thank you guys for subscribing. And
Absolutely.
don't forget to leave your marks in the remark area. Just you know, be
Basically, what
yeah.
say, folks, is like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. It really helps out the algorithms, folks. And don't forget, there's also a notifications bell on many of the channels. Go ahead and hit that notifications bell so that you will not miss any live broadcasts that we have.
Yes. And yeah, and then also we can go to a paypal.me/Innervision Denver, or you can go to our Cash app, which is Cash $ Innervision capital J, or our other Cash app with Venmo, which is Johnny with the IE dash Johnson dash 25. So there's many ways that you can support what we do here at Innervision, and we just and also the night for I don't know how many months I've been trying to get people to do some of the things I do, with making phone calls and so forth.
Okay.
We had a lady said volunteered. Then when I sent her the actual task and what to say, she said, "Oh, this is too much." And I said, and I was listening with thinking about Kim Kardashian was saying people just don't want to work, you know, and so we gotta
That's something we're finding out quite a bit is people's work ethic has changed since this crisis that we have been fortunate enough to live under.
and the socialist government paying people to stay home
Absolutely.
hasn't helped either, man. Come on. I mean,
Right.
even though the government, I'm the most. Let's see, I wouldn't say I'm the highest paid blind person from the government, but I'm one of the paid people in the government, and I like to work, and I like to not only make the money that they supply for people who are blind, but I like to make above and beyond that because it's hard to live off of and what they pay is like if you're working a minimum wage job and you're doing it part time.
Yeah, it's absolutely impossible to live on just a fixed income. Uh, as anybody can attest to, whether they be blind, otherwise disabled, whether they be senior citizens living on Social Security, or whether they have been fortunate enough to set up a pension, everything is going higher and higher and higher. We've got a number of different topics, folks. Stay till the end. We've got a very, very special topic at the end. We're going to show you how to get free gas, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes,
stay to the end.
Oh, and also I want to play this artist. His name is Fingers T. He's on our label, so YouTube and Facebook and whoever else tries to say, try to put a strike against us because we're playing this music. The music belongs to Innervision, and even if they stop us from monetizing it through the distro kid, we'll get the monetization anyway. But this song is called Gas by Fingers T from his album Dark Tower.
Oh, yeah.
This guy is a fantastic guitarist. He's originally from England, but he moved to Littleton, Colorado, and he lives with his lovely wife, who also does music. And so this is the song Gas. So this is going to be celebrating topic number 5, but we're going to get to some other stuff before we get to that. All right. There you go. Gas.
Dare you?
I know. Greta.
Check your
She's
they're
offended.
available on
All the platforms:
all the platforms.
iTunes, Spotify,
Hey,
Amazon. Yes,
Those guys-
Geezer.
really fat, man. Check out Fingers T, folks.
Yes, definitely. Now let's.
So where do you want to start, Johnny? We got a full deck of fine topics today, and we do thank you for joining us, folks. Where do you want to start?
Okay, let's start. Okay, what happens when the average Joe spends more money than what they have? And there's
Well-
a reason for the madness here.
Well, I can tell you, if I go down to the store, I just lost my food stamps, my SNAP benefits. So if I go down to the store and I spend, let's say I got $20 to spend. I go to the store and I'm pretty sure that some meat costs, this much or that much or the other, because it cost that much a couple of days ago. So I got $20 in my pocket. I'm going to go down and I'm going to blow that money. I'm going to buy me a little bit of something to eat. Well, I get to the store and that $20 doesn't go as far as it did just 2 days ago, folks.
Yes, $20 is no longer worth $20 anymore, and we can thank hashtag Biden inflation for that.
Absolutely,
Even though
folks.
he's kind of convinced. I mean, I was just watching Tucker Carlson, and he was talking about those lies that this Ben Deal was saying. He's saying just because the government is spending more money, that's not directly going to cause problems in our economy. And he says it with a straight face. But I guess if you've been in
Long
politics since 1972, you learn how to be a good liar. And
Yeah.
and now that he's getting the favor from his party because he's yeah, well, I've been a good company man. I deserve to be president, and so they did anything and everything to get him installed before the end of his life, which he probably wish he was this guy when he was in his maybe 40s, maybe 50s, but it is what it is. So he's now installed by the party, returning that favor of him being that good company man.
Absolutely.
So with you and me, even if I have like a credit card that has like $1,000, if I
Okay.
spend $1,200,
Right.
something is not good is going to happen. And it's
Absolutely. You're going to get denied.
yes,
You're going to
yeah,
get,
yeah. What was that? What do they call it when your card is denied? You
yeah,
know,
it's basically what they call that is declined. You're going to get
decline. Yes,
denied.
decline. Right. And
Yeah.
and I've been there a few times where my
Sure.
card, and then I have to pull out another card.
Right. Hey, let's see if this one will work.
Yeah, and fortunately, I had one that did work, and then had to quickly go back and rev up some more on that card, and so I've been through those lean days where
You know,
yeah.
Johnny, that you bring that up because there are a whole demographic of society who have never ever availed themselves of the credit industry at all, ever.
Mm,
Some of that is due to the ethic of, well, if you want anything, pay for it in cash. Don't buy it on credit. Do what's termed as delayed gratification.
mm,
Work for the goal, save, and you know achieve that goal by saving and by waiting for your items. So there is a whole demographic of society that believe that it's best to just go ahead and pay in cash. There's also a whole
mm.
demographic of society who cannot, for whatever reason, get these credit cards and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what happened over the last number of years were metabanks were instituted, your NetSpend and other metabanks,
Mm,
so that they would be able to advance monies to you days early and things like this, some extra perks and extra benefits that don't turn out to be benefits at all. Because if you're a dollar over your limit, you're going to end up paying some interest. I'm talking 30-40% interest in some cases on some credit cards. Certainly 23% interest is about the normal.
Now,
Uh,
is that the same as the cash loan offices? Where they I think they charge up to 46%.
yeah, no, those are a little bit different. The payday loan
Yeah,
places and things,
payday loan. Yeah.
they can charge quite a bit. It's a situation where the uh, the laws are kind of gray when it comes to what they can charge, how much they can charge. They're legal loan sharks is really what it boils down to. If you end up not paying them, you get a ding on your
Oh
uh,
man,
cre-
on your credit. Yeah, it's credit score.
well, and it's
Uh,
not even so much a ding on your credit score as well. I shouldn't say it's just that. It's even more than that because when you go to apply for other things, even if you paid these guys off, they're not going to take that bad ding off your credit report. It's going to be you to pay that
mm,
and then clear that off of your credit report yourself.
wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
there are 3 credit reporting agencies, and you don't know which one's got it. So you have to go through all 3 of them: TransUnion, Equifax, and TransUnion, Equifax, and
Mm,
yeah, third one always
mm.
Experian.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
So
Now,
anyway,
our
3.
second topic is as this Bandito Biden is going to have he's going to put for nomination the first black female. Doesn't matter about her qualification, only matters about her skin color. Up for nomination for the Supreme Court. We had another first, and this was the first elected official for the Treasury of the United States,
Good old Janet
Janet.
Yellen.
Yeah, yeah,
Good old
Yellen.
Yellen.
And being that she's the first, she's not the last to follow in the footsteps of the Democrats and lie as well about our financial situation. And she does it with such a straight face.
Well, here I'll tell you what the deal is. Janet Yellen used to be the head of the Federal Reserve. She used to be the chair of the Federal Reserve. So, the Federal Reserve, for those that don't know it, it's not federal, folks. It's a private corporation. And so, when she became head of the Treasury, she took with her all of the experience from being chair of the other thing there.
Yeah.
Distracted. You know, a couple of years ago, she was mentioning how the inflation that we're living under isn't something that's going to be a big deal. In fact, even a year ago, when she was appointed head of the Treasury, certainly in her mind, the inflation was transitory. And just a couple of months ago, it's now time to, according to her, tighten our belts and, kind of start living with this stuff.
Yes. And I think, didn't she even cackle about it like Harrison has been cackling in Europe?
Oh, yeah.
We got a bunch of cacklers here. I don't know if it's contagious or what. But,
I think it's water at the White House. No, I don't.
It's the qualifications. You got to be able to cackle and ask hard questions by the press or anyone else.
Could you imagine being in an interview? Hey, I've got these qualifications here. Hey, but can you cackle? What, cackle? What? Yeah. No, that's not good enough.
Oh man,
Nope, not good enough. Sorry, fired.
And if you watch the Wayne Debris show, he was showing her saying something very stupid again, and he kept running it over and over and over again. And they said, well, they and the White House changed in the written transcripts what she actually said. They put an "and" in there.
Oh,
Right? Oh man, so I know it's difficult. I mean, when you're on a national stage like that, but you think that you would have enough practice before you get put in a position. But if you only put in that position because of your skin color, how much practice do you need? Because they say, give him a color. I mean, give him a chance. After all, he fits in the right, or she fits in the right skin color. So let's give him a chance. And even though they're not qualified, if we could find people that are qualified, regardless of the skin color, we won't do that. We'll throw the dice up and see where they fall. So, it is what we have. So we have the Janet Yellen there throwing the dice as well, and with Buttigieg. I don't want to get started in him. He's not even on the list of what I'm talking about. But I found this on the Tucker Carlson show. And they said, Tucker Carlson, this could wait a minute. This could very easily get worse. So you can look that up on YouTube. Now, topic 3. Tina Peters is finding out about our not so gold standard, and she was indicted by this supposing grand jury on 7 federal accounts for getting an image of this machine that was used in the installment of the Bandito Brandon. And she took an image of it before and after, because Janet Griswold, our Secretary of State, was going to do an update on the machine. And legally, you're supposed to do a image of the hard drive for verification, and you're not really supposed to really touch the machine for 24 months.
Right. I think it's 2 years, and then there's an additional 6 months that could be tacked on to that if there's if investigation into it.
And if you want to find out more about this, because she has it posted on her website, you can go to Tina. Teen, oh my. Tina Peters for Colorado. Tina Peters for Colorado.com, and on the website, she's let out 2 documents that's going to be used in her countersuit against Miss Griswold, and she let out the 3rd one that shows after they did the update, and then she did another image of the the backup, and they found that 29,000 votes magically were missing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And she got the evidence. So when all these naysayers and rhinos are saying, "Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence?" Well, they're trying desperately to get her not to run for Secretary of State of Colorado, and they want to push this other lady. But it's okay. So they want this lady named Pam Anderson, who sits on a nonprofit board funded by
Dun, dun, dun. Wait for it, folks.
the owner and founder of FB.
Oh,
Which
wow.
Now they
Oh,
call
my-
it something else. But yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes. So, and then she wants us to believe that, okay, and I heard her on this morning on KNUS radio. And I mean, she sounded pretty convincing. She says, like Priscilla, who is a part of, is the vice president of the GOP, she said that, well, there was no Democrats sitting on these boards. So we want a seat at the table. Right? That sounds kind of reasonable. Like, you know, if decisions are being made in these nonprofits and it's
Right.
concerning government issues and voting and things of that sort, you want someone at the table. You want a Republican there, and you want, you know, a Democrat there. And too often there's a bunch of Democrats there and no Republicans. So she said, I'm at the table, and it's a non-paid position, but also, and Janet Griswold, she used some of those funds to fund commercials. Now that was supposed to go towards people for checks and balances in that realm, but Griswold used those funds to do commercials, TV commercials, which are very expensive, and so everything's kind of been kind of hush hush. But the GOP, the rhinos, and the establishment, they want Amy Anderson as Secretary of State. Pam Anderson as Secretary of State, and you got to wonder, like, something is wrong here. And even though does the means is the means of doing something justify the outcome? Yes, what Tina Peterson or Peters did was illegal. And now they say, well, okay, do you say, okay, it was illegal in some sense because what she did was, not what she did was illegal, but she got someone to get hired for one day, get a pass, was probably a tech person. Then she brought in another person, gave that pass to him, and had him come in and do the actual imaging the 2 times. And so that was the illegal part, was her getting the pass for one person and then coming in with another person to get the actual imaging. But if the imaging shows the fact that there was something going on with with this machine, if she would have waited to do it the legal way, or she would have said, well, can't do nothing about it, so we would not have the pictures that you have on her website, Tina Peters for Colorado. Go up on that website, check it out. The the hashtag is in the subject line, and you can find out more about that. And it's getting
Wow,
watch
that's
it. Yeah, if you get a chance, watch the Chuck and Julie show today. What is it? The dates of March 14th. They also have something very interesting on their show concerning this lady. She went out and she started checking some of the addresses. She went door to door and said, "Did you vote?" And
right, right,
some people were saying, "No, I didn't vote." And she
right.
said, "Oh, but it says right here on the official manuscripts that you did vote." Then was another question they were asking. They were saying, "Did you know that you voted Democrat, but you're listed as a Republican?"
That is it.
Then, if
Well,
that wasn't enough, she was trying to apply for the voter, uh, being one of the voters judges, and
okay.
she had to. When you go there, you have to. She was signed up as a Republican, and it kept switching her to Democrat, and she had to
Yeah.
go back into the computer, switch it back to Republican, and that happened to her. So check out the Chuck and Julie show. It's on podcast. It's on Getter. It's on a bunch of platforms, and listen to her. And then of course, I called in at the end of the show as well. But I mean, that show comes on 3 to 4 Mountain Time, and the plot thickens for all the people who
Nothing
don't
happened.
believe the lie. It's nothing there. But they're fighting awfully
Right.
hard for nothing there. Right?
That's
So,
absolutely. There is also one thing that you can do specifically, you or me, I, Alan Colvin, or you, Johnny Johnson,
mhm.
and we're doing it. And so you can do it as well. And that's to get involved at the local, at the state, and at the federal level. Doesn't even matter what you get involved in. It's
Mhm.
get in there and just be involved.
Right.
Um, you know, People don't always start in the given place that they want to end up at. I mean, uh, certainly, even if you've got to start at the bottom, start at the bottom. You know, get elected for city council, get elected for whatever you can,
Yeah.
and hold that, and acquit that office well, with honor and
Yeah.
with pride.
And don't make just one source your source. This is not on our topics, but I saw it. CNN were talking about how China has been doing 95% propaganda and then 5% real stuff.
Oh,
Well, these guys, CNN, they should know, because when President Trump was in office, they did 95% negative news, 5% positive news. So no wonder people don't know what Trump really did or who he really was, is because the left wing, socialists, Marxists, whatever other words we can get, propaganda news organizations, all three channels, these other cable channels, and even at some point, the Fox News channel, when the sons took over from the father, have been involved with negative propaganda to us people, and it's hard to believe what they're saying now about the Ukraine to be some. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but there's so much propaganda out there that we don't know who's giving us propaganda and who's not. This is not on our list here. This guy this news guy who got shot and killed, and the other guy who got ran away. Supposedly they were in a car and they shot this guy in the neck, and I've never been in that kind of situation, but I'm thinking, like, if somebody got shot, like when John F. Kennedy was in that limousine and he got shot in the head, Mrs. Kennedy had blood stains on her. They were saying that you can
right.
see this on Wayne Dupree show. He shows the video. No blood stains, no blood on his head, and if somebody gets shot in the neck, that's where your vein is at, and
I'm
blood
sorry.
should
There's
be.
thanks to high heaven with that.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you got shot in the butt, but he got shot right beside you. Where's the blood in your hair? Or did you get all cleaned up for TV? What
Right.
happened?
Exactly.
Because you look too good to be just sitting by a guy who just got shot in the vein of the neck where the blood's shooting out, and then you got shot in the ass. And you look pretty. I don't know if I got shot in the ass. I don't know. My brother. What that? Okay, this has nothing with it. My brother. He's the kind. He likes to get on women's nerves, and this girl said she had a little Dillinger gun, and she says, "I'm going to shoot you," and he laughed at her and he walked away. And she said, "Phew," and he didn't know until he got in the car that she had shot him through the fleshy part of his leg, right? But But my brothers have a problem, have a technique with getting on women's nerves. But so even in that case, I mean, he drove himself to the hospital. But it's like something's going on here with propaganda, and it's a lot of it flying around. And we wonder why all these guys they want to go to wars, and that's what Trump got in there. He said he didn't want to get us into any of these crazy wars. And as soon as he left office, a year later, we're kind of pumping up again, like just keep doing something so we can get in World War III. And who's going to benefit from World War III?
Well, in reality, nobody's going to benefit. The hope
Right.
is that the elite will escape unscathed as they try to bring in what is being termed as the Great Reset. The idea where we will own nothing and we'll be happy doing that. And we will be able to travel, but only if oh, excuse me, they only be able to
Your race
travel. You have the, well, then you won't be able to travel. And since we're going to electric power, why, that's going to be a little bit messed up. I don't think that. So,
Yes.
I just don't know, Johnny. There is one place, though, that you can get free gas, and that's right here on InnervisionFM.com. We'll give you some right here.
Yes. There's your free gas. Load up, people.
Yeah, load up. Here you go, folks.
Now, one time, and I can do that. I don't think my wife would let me do this. One time, Howard Stern on his show had this guy. He was known for farting a lot, and this lady I guess to win some money, she had to put her face down by the exterior while he let off gas to win this money. And this guy, he could really rip it. I mean, at command, he could rip the gas. And like I said, I know my wife wouldn't let me set up some kind of setup like that because she says, "Yeah, okay." So fortunately, that I have a restraint here, or we might be doing some of the Howard Stern kind of stuff. But free gas, ladies and gentlemen,
Free gas.
the
You get your free
democratic
gas.
way.
Actually, the only free gas is found in our Lord Jesus Christ. He's our almighty Savior, and
Right.
He's going to get us through this, and it's going to be okay. And it's certainly not going to look any way that any of us have ever imagined. Even the elites, they don't have a clue. Even as they bring in the high gas prices and pretty soon it'll be a day's wages for a loaf of bread.
And don't believe Biden's lies. This high gas prices were caused by his administration, his executive
right.
signing, because when first he got in office, the first week, he signed more executive orders reversing what President Trump put in order to get their agenda across with the climate change and the windmills and what's that other thing? The solar panels, which right now it's only 2%. It can only handle 2% of our energy, and they're trying to put it in overdrive with a 2% possibility of it really doing anything substantial. So
It'd
they
be
want to
different.
put the cart before the horse. Go ahead.
Exactly. Cart before the horse. It'd be different if the infrastructure was being worked on while we transition, but instead we're being literally forced to transition to an industry that hasn't even been created yet.
And believe me, we got fooled. Well, not us, but you guys got fooled for the last 4 years when they were saying Russia, 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 Russia Gate, and we found out that that document was a lie. It was paid for by Hillary Clinton. That dossier was paid by her, and there was no Russia collusion. But it tied President Trump's hands where he could have a closed door conversation with Putin and not go this direction. But he couldn't do it because if he would have, Nancy Pelosi, all those other left wing extremists would have impeached him maybe three, 4, or 5 times for doing something that a president is allowed to do is to talk to foreign leaders. So don't believe this big lie that Russia is the cause of our gas problem. This Biden is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
And you can look at this for yourself because you can go to the whitehouse.gov website right now, and they'll have the figures for 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and you will see for yourself when the inflation started. It was about 1.9% around 2019, I would guess, and 1.4% in 2020 because everything shut down. But now we're sitting up over 7%, and these inflationary numbers are cooked. They're not even the real numbers.
Yeah, so it could be higher, but they just cooked it. They just brought it down, so it's like, oh, it's not that bad. And when Obear, that talk show host Obear, who's a millionaire, said, "I don't care if it goes up to $15 an hour, I'll pay it." Oh, well, of course you will, because you're a millionaire.
That's right.
And it's going to be easy for you to pay it. But and I heard like the average salary for urban male is $38,000 a year. So if you're paying like $1,000, $1,800, $1,800 for your rent or more, that leaves very little left over for gas, food, insurance, medical, and other essentials that a person needs. So, of course, as a millionaire, you can afford $15 an hour. And
absolutely.
It's just the way that if you had a good idea, you wouldn't have to force people. And they force people by charging fees and taxing. So they create an atmosphere that every time the government throws money at something, it causes it to be more. In 1965, President Johnson says, "Women, you don't have to have a husband to depend on. The government will pay you your medical bills, a little bit of your food, put you in low housing, and the government will be your daddy." And then from that point on, it slowly started chipping away, where at that time it was 75% black families that were husband and wife, to now where there's 75% black households that are led by women, and the men are not anywhere to be found because the government threw money at the situation, and the women just said, "Hey, I can get it with as many deadbeat sperm donors as I want because Uncle Government will take care of it." People.
Well, meanwhile, folks like yourself and myself who might be disabled will be kicked off of these benefits, as they are called, for no other reason than, well, you switched counties. You moved from one county to another, and so we've got to readjust your. I'm in the same state. There's, what? Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to actually get paid today, but what is it? Today's the 14th, so they're 8 days late, and they told me that I wasn't going to get them in the first place. So, I get to sit until whenever and find out maybe in a piece of correspondence over the next few months. Hey, we overpaid you on your food stamp benefits, so you got to pay us back now. Now I tell you what, man, you got people popping out children all the time and having Big Daddy government taking care of them. and you've got little old me that's running around just trying to make ends meet, and other people as well. Oh, where in the heck does this stop, Johnny? I mean, how do we fix this?
How do we fix it? Okay.
Get involved
Well,
at the local, state, and federal level, folks. Don't stop. Take this country back.
oh, before we go, we got to play. We got to play a commercial here, and this
All
guys
right.
have been sponsoring us for a whole year. So let's listen to this, and we'll be right back.
They also sponsor the pregame.
Company takes care of you by taking care of your family's moving needs. Give them a call, 303-526-2630, and tell them that you heard about them on Innervision. Get the best moving experience you've ever had with Christian Brothers Moving Company, 303-526-2630. That's 303-526-2630. Christian Brothers is a proud underwriter of Innervision. Call them now, 303-526-2630.
Oh, and we'd like to thank him for sponsoring a whole year of our shows, and we really appreciate it. And please hit the thumbs up, share the show, like it, please, and we need more subscribers. If we get up to 1,000, then we can monetize the show. So, oh, and speaking of gas, I heard one story today, and this is like, oh man. Well, this gas guy, he was working at the gas station, and he was wondering like why he's seen the people that are pumping gas, but on the gas ratio is going down lower and lower. Well, what he didn't know is these guys had rigged up a RV, put a hole in the bottom, and then went over where the trucks who come in to fill the gas, they usually come, and so people can still pump the gas and they could fill up the gas. Well, they were sticking a hole in the flow of oil or gasoline there, and ciphering out 3 and 4 gallons of gas. It takes maybe 10, 20 minutes, and then going from gas station to gas station. And that's how these guys have been getting free gas and probably selling it on the black market. so yeah, there it is for your gas enjoyment. That's
Folks.
that is wow. So anyway, so let me see. Where is he at? Oh, and speaking of, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get up here. Speaking of car donation to RV, we do accept car donations as well, and you can go to our website innervisionrecords.org and find out more about that. So anyway, do you have anything more to add to this?
Stay safe, love your friends, love your family. Don't forget to spend each minute of each day as if it's your last one on the planet. And love your Lord, your God, with all your heart, mind, soul, strength, all that stuff.
All right. Sounds like a great message to leave with.
More free gas, everybody.